very good morning. Today I will share with you how you can use Office Mix to create PowerPoint narrated presentations or PowerPoint presentations with video uh, input. So first thing you do is you look for Office Mix online. So you click on Google Chrome or any browser you want to use, and then you search for Office Mix. And once you go here, you can click on the Office Mix link and you click on Get Office Mix. And then if you sign in using a Microsoft account, your school account, Facebook account, or Google account, it will take you to the download page. So that way you download Office Mix, Microsoft Office Mix, and install it on your computer. And after that, you can start using it. Now, one thing to remember is that if you're using a school computer, school laptop, or anything, maybe you need some extra permissions to install that, so you'll have to ask your school technician to help you. Now, if you look there, you'll see an announcement which says Office Mix is becoming a part of PowerPoint. What that means, I will explain to you later. Okay, so let's, if you don't have Office Mix, please download it and install it, then watch the next part of the video. So you can pause the video until now. Okay, now let's imagine that you have already installed Office Mix. So first thing you do is, of course, turn on your Microsoft PowerPoint. Now here I've created two slides, just a default slide, so that I can show you how this works. Okay, now let's say we have two slides. One is the main slide, other one is a what you call a normal presentation slide, and later we'll add in some video and screenshots. Okay, so earlier I was telling you about the remember the announcement here, Office Mix is becoming part of PowerPoint. What it actually means is that if you're using Microsoft PowerPoint 2016 version, then you'll have to install Office Mix just as I instructed you. But if you're Office 365 user, Office Mix now has become part of PowerPoint itself, so you don't have to install it. So instead of Office Mix, if you look at your what you call Microsoft PowerPoint 365, you'll see that there's a button called Recording. So Office Mix has actually become Recording. Now the interface on the ribbon is quite similar. So first I'll explain to you Office Mix, then I'll explain to you how the Recording tab works, which is similar to Office Mix. So those of us who are using, I'm currently on one of my laptops, I'm using Office 2016 because that's my office laptop, and on another one, which is my personal, I'm using Office 365. So because I also installed Office Mix on it earlier before this new change took place, so I have both here. So I have both Recording and Mix. So you can do that too actually, but if you're using Office 365, I think it's better to use Recording because Office Mix is gradually being phased off, although we can use quite a few of the features already in there. Okay, so first, once you're in Office Mix, you'll see on your ribbon, these are the functions here. First is the slide recording function, which I'll go through in detail later because that's the one we are more interested in. Then we can also integrate or insert quizzes or videos in Office Mix. So that's one more thing. And then you can do screen recording, screenshot, insert video, insert audio. You can have a preview. You can upload your Office Mix artifact up to on Office Mix website. However, again, let me tell you, if you're using Office 2016, please don't use this feature because this is being phased out, and soon it will become part of, in Recording you will see Microsoft Stream. So Office Mix, the site server where they used to host Office Mix, what you call products or artifacts, will no longer be working after a few months. So please don't use this feature. In past, when you used to upload things on your Office Mix, you could see it in My Mixes and edit them and do stuff like that. So at present, if you're using Office 2016, the best is to create slide recordings. Don't use the quiz feature because it'll not work. You can still use screen recording, screenshot, and all this. But these two options, upload to Office Mix and look and see, edit the Office Mixes that you have created on the server, is no longer a viable option because in a couple of months it'll be phased out. So instead, I suggest you export them as videos. So you create slide recording export them as videos, and later use other software to integrate quizzes and stuff. If you really want to use the Microsoft features and Microsoft quizzes and insert, then I suggest you upgrade to Office 365 account, and you'll see this recording, and then you can do this and still save on Stream. Now, another downside to using Microsoft Stream, although it's quite powerful, is that you'll have to pay for an account. After a free period, I think you have to pay for an account. So again, if you don't want to pay, whether you're using Office Mix or presentation recording, it's best that you just record the slideshow and create a video, export as a video, and use other software to integrate quizzes and stuff. Okay, one good suggestion is Edpuzzle, which I will make a video of later. So let's go back to Office Mix. Okay, so what we are interested in is slide recording. So as I said before, if you're using Office Mix, stick to slide recording, screenshot, insert video, insert audio, preview, and export video functions. Okay, rest I think are no longer viable if you're using Office 2016. Now, if you want a better tutorial or more detailed tutorial, you can depend on the one prepared by Microsoft. Here you say show Office Mix tutorial, so you can watch all the tutorials and instructions in detail. Okay, now let's get started. Here I've prepared two slides. One is a default PowerPoint presentation slide, and the next I have here second slide with a few bullet points. Okay, so first thing what you can do is, let's say you want to have a slide in which you want to insert some screenshots. So let's go to this screenshot. You click on the screenshot, and then you click on screen clipping. Okay, so now let's say I have I want to take a screenshot of this page, so you need to keep that page open, so you click that. So I've taken a screenshot. See, look, that's there. Now let's say I want to take a screenshot of a website. So let's say I want to take a screenshot of that. So again, I'll go back to my PowerPoint. I click there, go to my mix. I say insert screenshot. I say screen clipping. So see, I took a picture of that, and now I have the picture of that. So that's how I use the screenshot tool to capture screenshots of my laptop. Okay, now let's say I need a page where I want to insert a video. So I've just duplicated the earlier slide. Now I want to capture some instructional videos of how to go to a certain page or something. So I say screen recording. I click there, and it will say, okay, select area, which area I want to record. So let's say I want to record this area. Okay, this is a bit too big, or never mind, just take it. So then I said, I can of course check audio in, audio out, record pointer. These are the options. Select area. Okay, I can reselect the area. I just want to select this area, let's say. So I selected that. Then I can click record function. So let's say you want to try logging into Office, download Office Mix using your Google account. You click there. So I choose my Google account. Okay, so here, so close PowerPoint before install. These all instructions are appearing because I'm currently using PowerPoint with Office Mix, so that's what's happening. So never mind. What I wanted to demonstrate was how to record the screen, which I have already done. So I say stop. So see, the short video that I created is here. You can see you can insert video using the screen recording feature. So these are two important features of that. Now let's say I finished creating the PowerPoint with the screen recording and everything I wanted. Okay, so now I want to make a slideshow with all the instructions. So my PowerPoint is ready. Now I want to create a video of the PowerPoint. Okay, so here it is, it's ready here. So now you can see here, this is the Office Mix slide recording feature. So here you have the button, you click this, the recording will start. If you click this, the recording will stop. Okay, now here are the slide navigation button, previous slide, next slide. So if it is blue means there is a next slide. If it's gray means there's no next slide. Right now you will see there are no animations. That's why nothing is happening. So let us go back. Okay, and let me insert some animation. Go to animation. I say animate this. So I've inserted one animation. I will put 3 animations here, appear animations, but of course by default PowerPoint will make the first click button, so I'll make everything right click and choose click button. So now I have some animation there, so I'll go back and go to Office Mix and click on the slide recording feature, and now you will see there's some difference. Apart from having next slide, there's next animation also. So each time we move from PowerPoint slide to PowerPoint slide, we first click the animation until all the animation within that slide is over, and then we move to the next slide. Okay, and if you want to have a preview of the slide, you can do that. If you want to edit the video they've recorded in the slide, then you can edit here. So what Office Mix does is that every time you record, whether it's audio or video, which I'll show you later, it is embedded inside that particular slide. So for example, I look at this slide and speak for 5 minutes and then move on to the next slide. When you later generate the PowerPoint presentation, the first 5 minutes I spoke will be in this slide. Then what I speak during the next slide will be inserted in the next slide. That makes it easier for you to later edit because you can record over a particular slide. But usually when I make a presentation, I like to go through the whole presentation, and if I want to make any changes later, I'll make it to the changes in the individual slide. Okay, so now here's a slide note feature. When you click this, actually you will see slide notes here. Now I find this feature very useful because sometimes I want to remember what are some of the things I want to say in a particular slide, so I'll put them as a slide note. Okay, I show you how it works. Now this is my presentation. Okay, right now I think in the view mode I don't have the slide notes here. I pull it up, slide notes, so you can say hello to everyone. So that's a note I put for myself. Now go back to the mix feature, slide recording. Now you can see it says here, so this is some kind of script I can use when I make the PowerPoint. So it reminds me to say hello or anything else you want to say. You can put a note here. It will become visible to you, but it will not be recorded in the presentation itself. Okay, so with that we know what are the various buttons here. Now let's look towards the right hand column. Here you will see a picture slide. It says thumbnail, full screen. So this, if you want video to be full screen or thumbnail, like for example, if I do this, see when I press thumbnail, you can see a thumbnail of my image here. So this thumbnail image will appear on your slide. So if you're using a thumbnail image, you may want to design the slide in such a way that you have a space for the thumbnail image somewhere. If you use full screen version, I think it will take over the entire screen of the PowerPoint. So this is something you may want to decide. So here you have that button, clicking here, no camera. By default it's set to no camera version, so which means that if you leave it at no camera, only your audio will be recorded. If you want to use the camera, then you click on this button and look for the camera that you want to use. Currently I'm using my webcam. If you want to use a webcam which is embedded in my laptop, if you want to use an external webcam, then you need to install it via USB, and then it will be detected here also. Same for here, you have array of microphone to choose from. So I'm choosing currently not to use the laptop based microphone because the microphone that I have has a condenser and the sound is much better there. So I'm using another webcam. I'm not using the default mic. Now here you have some inking devices, so you can choose if you want to do some inking. So you can choose the types of pen and you can choose the color, for example here. Now I've not started recording yet. Inking will work only once I start recording. So let's start recording. I've chosen camera, I've chosen my mic. So I start the recording process here. So there, now you can see I can do inking. So while I talk, I'm inking here. So this is the presentation title. Then I move one slide further, then the next animation appears, so I ink it further or draw an arrow. Okay, you can choose how thick you want your pen to be. So there is thicker line. So I think there's 3 of them. That's the much thicker line. So those are the things I can do. Apart from that, I can also choose to erase stuff. So I've erased the things. So let me just draw a simple circle here to show that I've done some annotation here. And then once again I click. This side has no further animation, so I move to the next slide. So again here they appear by sequence, 2, 3, there. So I can do the inking there. Let me show you another thing. Let us go back, go to the next slide here. So whenever you do any animation or any inking, you can use a slide like that. Currently it's not going back to the previous slide, but you can actually go back to previous slides and also write stuff on your PowerPoint. Hello. So now I've done all this work on this PowerPoint, so I say stop the recording. So now the recording is being saved. Okay, because earlier I did some recording and tried it out, so it's asking me whether I want to overwrite it. So if you want to, you can just choose yes. So then you can see here now the video has been recorded, so all I need to do is close. Now why did my video all appear on top of whatever is saying? I said it's because I chose the full screen version. So that's why the video. Right now you will not hear any sound because I'm using a USB device, that's why you're not hearing the sound. But if you choose the this version, thumbnail version, the video will appear something like that, a smaller version. Let's see what has happened to the things on the other page. So what has happened is my image, because I chose the full screen version, it has taken over the entire slide. But it doesn't matter, if you want the smaller version, you can still make a thumbnail, but I suggest you choose by default thumbnail so that you don't have to do this, repeat this process. Right, and as I said earlier, it may be good to think of a place where you want your image to appear by default. Otherwise, if you have a lot of text like going this way and then your video is all over the text, then it will be very unsightly. Right, so that's about Office Mix. Now those who are using Office 365, as I told you, it will be called recording. Things are pretty much the same here. Recording slideshow, if you click there, you can see not much has changed. Few slight changes in the interface. The pens have gone down there. Your control for the volume, video and image has gone down there. Play and replay has gone there. So you've got clear, recording on current slide. You can change the settings here. Microphone choosing. Remember the two choices, the earlier how it appeared in Office Mix. In recording it looks slightly different, and you move from slide to slide using this back and forth. So that's the major difference. Apart from that, there's not much difference. It's user interface change only. So you can see in recording that's the different thing. So screenshot and screen recording still the same. Insert video, insert audio. Then you can save it as a show, PowerPoint slideshow, or you can export it as a video. And as I told you before, you can publish it to the stream. If you publish it to the stream, then you can use the apps and quizzes. Now let me just show you what it looks like. So this is the apps and quizzes. So currently you can choose to add like true and false question, GeoGebra for PowerPoint, multiple choice question. So for example, I want to choose a multiple choice question. So here it will download and embed it. So here is a multiple choice question that I added there based using the apps and quizzes. So like this you can integrate other apps and quizzes and other stuff, but please remember, if you choose to do so, you have to publish it to Microsoft Stream, which is a subscription based service. Otherwise, if you don't intend to choose subscribe to Microsoft Stream, then you cannot use this. So it's better to just save it as a show or export it as a video. So here I will end my video sharing a video which shares with you how to use Office Mix and recording. I hope you find this video useful. Have a good